Hi everybody, and welcome to Once Upon a Scarf. This channel celebrates the art of the vintage scarf, from luxury silks to bandanas. Today, I'd like to show you something extraordinary, a collaboration between Christian Dior and Yves Saint Laurent. When Dior was at the height of his fame as the head of the most successful couture house in Paris, and Saint Laurent was a junior designer trying to make the boss and the clients happy. Along the way, we see fabulous costume fantasies, an iconic Dior ball gown, and how totally pampered life was being an haute couture big spender. I'm the author of 2 classic books on vintage fashion, Secondhand Chic and It's Vintage Darling. I'm so happy to share what I know with you. So let's get into it. This scarf, dating to the mid-1950s, was not intended for just any customer of Christian Dior. It's a gift scarf, meaning one specifically inscribed to a specific customer as part of the printing process, a one-off, as thanks for their business and faithfulness to the house. These gift scarves turn up now and again in the second-hand market, and I think they're fascinating, artifacts of a time and a relationship that was personal and highly codependent in the most elegant possible way. Many French couture houses produce these scarves for good clients, but most of those I've found originate with the House of Dior. They are incredible portkeys into haute couture drama, and I'll focus on many more in future episodes. For now, let's put on our fashion detective hats to inspect this one. What's striking and unusual here is that it's signed twice. Once by Yves Saint Laurent. He would later drop the Mathieu as too much French spelling for the foreign press. And up here we see Christian Dior pour, Christian Dior for, but the square where the recipient's name would be is blank. So this scarf never left the workshop. At the end of this video, I have a guess why. Meanwhile, what the square reveals is a teenage Yves Saint Laurent pressed into duty to make a scarf for a special client. Why Saint Laurent? Well, he was originally hired by Dior because he was a fantastic draftsman with wonderful flamboyant images of theatrical costumes, prize-winning couture visions, and sheer raw talent at creating looks that evoked dressmaking fantasy. Of course he was put onto gift scarf design. His sketches were magic. This one is very theatrical, showing the spritzy frou-frou that embodied Paris emerging from its cocoon of post-war misery. But instead of a butterfly, we have another beauty born of transformation. What looks like a Venus halfway out of a whorled shell, which might be a scallop or a nautilus. She wears some truly fantastic headgear. It looks strikingly similar to some designs he made in 1956 on a side gig for an ultra-fancy Parisian ball, the bal de tête, roughly translating to the headgear ball. So, was he double-timing on the ball job and the salon job? The look is so fabulous, it deserves to go every which way. Why Venus, though? This part of the story is lost to the mists of time and to the depths of the Dior archive. But again, playing detective, I think this is a reference to a gown Christian Dior designed years earlier in 1949. The gown is called Venus, and it too emerges from glorious swirling sequin shells. So, getting back to this scarf's reason for being, it was a gift, a wisp of personalized flattery for a client accustomed to getting little tokens as thank yous for her loyalty. But there's no name. The inscription plate is left blank. Why did this item never make it to its intended client? Well, let's consider. Yves Saint Laurent was junior on the team, pressed into service in what was a truly hectic environment. He was 19. 20 at best. He was moonlighting, doing costume designs for an equally demanding and powerful society figure. Young Yves managed his own signature just fine. But then, up top, when it came to the bosses, ben ça suffit pas! Not good enough, Yves Mathieu. Back to the drawing board. And so this scarf never made it out to the elite stratosphere. Instead, it passed along through the workshop underground. Possibly from the printer, possibly from a worker at the atelier, to emerge absolutely pristine, like Venus herself, on eBay, unworn, unloved, unappreciated, until now. Along the way, we see mistakes happen, and the makers dust themselves off and go on to become design gods. And that's today's scarf story. I hope you enjoyed it. Please press the usual buttons if you'd like to see more.